Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another installment in Rocket's Reports. I don't think we have as many things to get through today as we did last week. Last week's was very in-depth, but it's because we introduced a large section of the cast of characters and everything that had to do with the raft. And so today, what we will be doing is going through the next section of the game and talking primarily about the characters that are made present or made aware to us in the Shadowland portion of the game. So we're going to go ahead and read things off from Jessica Jones here, all the way down to Shadowland down there after Kingpin. So not nearly as many entries, but there's still a lot of fun to get through, and I hope that you're interested in hearing what Rocket has to say about these. So let's jump right into these readings, shall we?
If you're on Earth and need a hot tip about superhero shenanigans, Jessica Jones is your lady. She used to be a superhero, but being adored by millions wasn't her thing. Now, she works as a private investigator who just happens to have super strength on her resume, right after colorful vocabulary. Still, a large number of her cases require a detective with her unique skills, like, say, hunting down powerful cosmic stones before they fall into the wrong hands. When she needs to play hero, Jess joins her fellow defenders in action, and she hates every minute of it. Turns out, ninja temples are teeming with actual ninjas. Who would have guessed? The Ancient Order of the Hand ain't exactly fond of trespassers in their sanctuary, so they'll gladly carve any intruder into pieces. They're not your average martial artist They're not your average martial arts assassins either. Hand ninjas are actually undead warriors resurrected by an ancient demonic spirit. As if those swords of theirs weren't dangerous enough. Be careful, kids, because once the hand gets their claws into you, there's no escaping their grip. According to legends, which he's gonna tell you whether you ask him or not, Danny Rand is one in a long line of immortal weapons trained to protect some ancient mystical city called Kunlun. Danny started out as just a poor little billionaire orphan, but then he got his crazy kung fu powers by plunging his fist into the heart of an ancient dragon, as one does. Now, Iron Fist searches for balance as both a CEO and a hero for hire alongside his pal, Luke Cage. Hey, as long as he's focusing his ki in Thanos' direction, I'm happy. Daredevil and I don't always see eye to eye when it comes to our thoughts on justice. I'm a kick down the door with guns blazing kind of fella, while he'd rather sneak around all quiet like and only hit the villains after he's used his enhanced senses to gather all the proper evidence against them. Maybe things are different on Earth, but when cosmic stones of insane power are in play, there ain't time to read every single ninja that writes. There's just time to kick him in the face. Fortunately, he happens to be pretty darn good at the face kicking too. I'm gonna say this knowing she could cause me great bodily harm, but Elektra is pretty much the woman of my dreams. I'll admit, watching her get possessed by an ancient evil spirit wasn't exactly the recipe for love at first sight. But once Elektra finally focused her murderous rage and her unparalleled fighting skills on the guys who actually deserved it, I was smitten. I've always been a sucker for assassins, especially ones with lots of darkness bubbling under the surface who still struggle to do what's right. I think we're soulmates. If she had a soul. First rule of bounty hunting: you have to hit your targets. So it's a good thing that Bullseye chose to become an assassin instead, because this guy's aim is so flawless that he'd put me out of business in no time flat. In fact, Bullseye almost put us out of business when we had faced off against him in Shadowland. His ability to turn any object into a deadly weapon sure seems cool, until you're the one caught in his sights. After all the things I've survived in this universe, I ain't gonna be taken out by a thumbtack. Wilson Fisk is apparently some sort of big shot businessman who's got his stubby fingers in all sorts of enterprises, both of the legal and illegal variety. He may not put it on his business cards, but he's also known to most folks as the kingpin of crime. A pretty good indicator that his illicit ventures outweigh the legitimate ones. Speaking of outweighing, The big guy may look like a marshmallow all guised up for his senior prom, but he's actually hiding a body made of pure muscle underneath that finely tailored suit. A fact we found out the hard way. Look, I don't got any idea how a ninja fortress ended up in the middle of New York City. All I know is that it sticks out like a sore thumb, even in a neighborhood like Hell's Kitchen, where anything goes. Sure, the temple itself almost looks serene against the bright lights of the city skyline, but that sense of zen fades the second you step inside. Shadowland is full of crazy death traps, weird puzzles, and as you might expect from a ninja temple, an endless supply of ninja warriors. This is one tourist trap you should probably just skip.
Again, these are always so much fun to read, and I love getting a peek into Rocket's mind because it's a really good scope of who he is and what he represents as a character. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what your favorite piece of dialogue from today was, and if there's ones that you're looking forward to hearing down the road, because we'll be doing this until we've gone through those reports. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day.